We'll go ahead and get started with UCLA coach Jim Mora.
Well, first of all, congratulations to Stanford and David Shaw and all their players, staff, students on winning the Pac-12. That's an outstanding football team. I thought that was a tremendous game tonight against two quality opponents. I thought kids on both sides just fought their tails off, and we're very disappointed that we came up short. I think we have a lot to be proud of this year. I think we've accomplished a lot so far, and it's only the beginning. We've been together less than a year. I think our seniors have set a great foundation which we can build on and become a football team that year in and year out competes for not only Pac-12 championships but at the highest level. That's our goal. Very disappointed, obviously, not for myself, disappointed for the young men in that locker room that just poured their heart into this season. They did everything that we asked. I told them they shouldn't be ashamed of anything. Obviously, there's a lot of tears, a lot of disappointment, but I think they should be proud of what they've accomplished. I think if you did poll people at the start of the season. If anybody thought that we'd have been sitting here tonight with less than 45 seconds left on the clock and the potential to tie it or even win it, I'm not sure anyone would have taken that bet. So obviously we've got a lot of work to do to become the team that we want to be. That'll start immediately. We'll get the bowl practices in. I don't know what bowl we'll be at. We'll have a tremendous off season. We'll continue to work on our size and our speed, our strength. We've got a tremendous strength and conditioning program that's been in place for 11 months. And I think there's a lot of bright things on the horizon for UCLA football. But tonight was certainly Stanford's night, and we're very disappointed. But that's all I got.
So we'll go ahead and take questions. We've got handheld microphones on each side here. Just raise your hand, we'll get that microphone to you for questions.
Coach, is there any thought to maybe going for it on 4th and 4 to try and make Kaine's field goal shorter?
There was a thought, but if we didn't get it, we wouldn't have had a chance to kick a field goal. And Kaine has developed into the type of kicker that I think everybody in that room has confidence in going out and trying to make that kick.
Yeah, how much was the difference tonight? Experience and them having been in the situation before when you guys haven't. Did you see some things that maybe next year, with experience, your team will do better or do different?
Well, I think experience is always going to help you. Talent that has experience is certainly going to typically perform better. But I didn't see anything on our side that led me to believe that we were overwhelmed or lacking in experience. I did see a Stanford team that's very poised, has been there before, is years into their system and their program, and we're just beginning.
Coach, you talked about the seniors laying that foundation. Have you had a chance to talk to Johnathan Franklin, especially for the way he ran tonight?
No, I mean, we spoke as a team, and then I came out here to see you guys.
Coach, down here. What happened on their long touchdown pass in that third down? Was there a communication breakdown?
Yes, there was. There was a communication breakdown, and we busted the coverage at a very inopportune time.
Coach, Franklin had a huge game rushing. What was the biggest difference between this game and last game for you guys on the ground?
Well, we blocked better. We found some seams. We got to the second level. That's typically what it is when you run the ball well. I mean, Johnathan's a hard runner. He's a guy that's tough to bring down. If you can get him to the second level, get him in space, he's very effective. And I thought our guys did a nice job of doing that for him tonight.
Coach, down here in front, can you talk about their quarterback, Kevin Hogan, and just his ability to make plays and win games? His 4 starts, he's beaten 4 ranked teams in a row.
He's an impressive kid. He's very poised. I don't know how many games he started, but he's very poised. He's careful with the ball. He makes good decisions when he's on the move, when he's outside of the pocket. And I think that they did a nice job of using him as a runner tonight as well. You know, we've seen him run. He had some effectiveness running against us last week, but it was more scrambling. Today, he did a good job running the football.
Coach, a lot was made about the weather coming into the game. Did it have any impact on your team at all today?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, just between you and me, were you holding back Hundley last week?
No,
And you didn't set him free this week?
no.
Because he obviously adds a different dimension when he's running. Any explanation why he didn't run last week and did this week?
He did a nice job this week, I thought, of taking what was there. You know, they played a little bit more man-to-man, and, you know, when a defense has got their backs to you in man-to-man, you take off and you go, and I thought Brett did a good job of that tonight. You know, that's obviously an element of his game that we like to accentuate, and tonight he did a nice job of that.
They did a good job of controlling Johnathan Franklin last week. What were you thinking when he broke off that first big run, their first series?
Well, we've run the ball well all year. You know, if I'm not mistaken, Johnathan Franklin just became UCLA's all-time single-season rushing leader. He's already UCLA's all-time career rushing leader. You know, we felt confident that we could run the ball. We felt confident that we could run the ball all year against anybody. They did an excellent job against us last week. This week we had some success, but the end result is trying to win the game. Winning the game, we didn't do it, they did.
Jim, with the lack of success on kickoff return the last couple of games, were you considering at all maybe just having the guys take a knee when they got the ball rolled in the end zone?
It depends. It depends on how deep it is. I'm not going to tell them to take a knee. You know, we're confident we can block it up. We've struggled returning kicks the last couple weeks. We've had some injuries. I hate to blame injuries. I'm not blaming injuries, but we've had to make some adjustments to players that are in positions not only to carry the ball but to block, and it has affected us. But it's not really my style to tell a guy to take a knee in the end zone. We're going to try to go for it, and I think you know that about this team.
Jim, UCLA's had, right here,
I'm sorry.
UCLA's had great single seasons in the past 15, 20 years. How hard is it to impress upon these kids the difficulty in sustaining this, the importance of sustaining this beyond this year?
Well, that's something that we'll talk about later. You know, this is a tremendous group of young men. I mean, they are great kids. They've done everything that this staff, this university has asked of them. I think that they've represented UCLA with tremendous class. And I think that judging by the disappointment in that locker room today, I don't think it'll be hard to get these guys refocused and re-energized for the future. Right now, you know, probably not a great word to use, but we need to mourn a little bit. We need to get over this one. We poured it out there. All right, these guys, look at these guys. These two guys, these are a couple of great young men, and they freaking poured it out there today. And we came up short. So we'll eventually move on, but this one's going to sting for a while. You don't get this close and get that close and lose and not have it hurt.
Jim, you've talked a lot this year about finishing, and that's kind of been a big thing. You guys start the fourth quarter with the lead. What was it you saw out there that it wasn't allowing you guys to finish this off?
Well, we busted a coverage.
Coach Steiner, with how well you guys played, especially with how well you did on the ground, do you chalk this up to just a few mistakes, that blown coverage, maybe a few penalties? I mean, is that how you feel like you're going to look back at this game?
Well, I don't know. I mean, when I look at the film, give you a better answer. I mean, we made some mistakes. They made some mistakes. We made some plays. They made some plays. They made the plays when they had to make them, you know. They put their players in position to make the plays, their players made them, you know. Well, the first thing we'll always do as a coaching staff is look at ourselves. Say, what could we have done better to help these guys that pour their freaking guts out on the field have success?
Okay, we'll take questions for the student athletes.
Yeah, Johnathan, can you talk just a little bit about what's going through your mind right now?
I mean, of course, like Coach said, it hurts, you know, definitely. But in life, you have your bumps, you have your trials. But, you know, all you can do is look forward.
Jonathan, they had done a pretty good job of neutralizing you last time you guys played. You had said this was a good opportunity to show what your offense could do. Can you just talk a little bit about your performance tonight?
You know, all credit to the offensive line. They did a great job. They just opened up big holes, and I just ran through them. You know, the receivers did a great job blocking downfield. Brett did a good job carrying out the fake. So, you know, kudos to those guys. I just ran down the field, you know, through those big holes they opened.
How do you feel after this season, after, you know, your past seasons?
And God is good. You know, it's a blessing to be able to go through a season with those guys. You know, that's what I'm going to miss the most. You know, of course, I love the game of football, but those group of guys, they're great men, you know, great character, great athletes, and I'm definitely going to miss that. But, you know, I'm blessed, you know, and I'm going to just put everything else in God's hands, and I know He's going to take care of me.
Brett, on that last drive, you're scrambling around a lot, and a lot of time was taken off the clock. Were you trying to burn the ball, throw it out of bounds, or do anything to stop the clock there?
You know, we just had to make a play. I mean, I was trying to make a play. Nothing was there. You know, what happened.
Johnathan, in your time at UCLA, you've had some very bumpy roads along the way to get to this point. To get that close to the Rose Bowl, having the lead in the fourth quarter, and not being able to achieve it, how do you put that in perspective so you can step back and focus on a bowl game and what's been a very successful season?
I mean, it's life. You know, on the field, off the field, you have your letdowns, you have your trials, like I said, but all you can do is just learn from it and get better, you know, as an athlete and as a person, and, you know, just watch the family, look at the mistakes we made and get better. We got one more game together. We got to give it our all.
Any further questions? All right, very good. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.